Right lads, welcome back to the channel for yet another video. So, the Russian GP just happened, and all I can ask is, fellow Lando fans, how are you holding up? That one hurt. That one hurt a lot. Now, you'll be surprised to hear that we're not going to talk about Lando's Handbrake. Instead, we're actually going to be focusing on the circuit itself. So if you don't know, the Russian GP has been held for many years at the Sochi Autodrome in Russia. It was made in 2014 and until very recently hasn't delivered a single exciting race. The Sochi Autodrome is regarded by many as the worst Formula 1 track to have ever existed. Worse than Yas Marina. That's right, worse than Yas Marina. I have a feeling it's not going to be long until a new one is going to be added to that list. But since 2014 at the Sochidrome, we haven't really had a good race until very recently. But it was an exciting race for all the wrong reasons. So why has Sochi been such a wet firecracker? Well, it's down to a couple of things. Chief among which is its really dull layout. The only interesting corner on the track is turn 2, which is that really long sweeping left-hander. But all the corners are just really boring, cookie cutter, all samey, really soulless. And there's no elevation change throughout the entire circuit. It is as flat as a pancake. And the second reason is the man who made it. Oh yeah, we haven't forgotten about you, Mr. Tilke. Now, if you're a long-time viewer of this channel, you'll know that we have been very critical of Herman Tilke racetracks over the years. Now, obviously, when people think of Herman Tilke, they think of these two tracks. Yas Marina and Sochi, two of the worst tracks on the calendar, and soon Jeddah. But that got my noggin jogging, because as far as I'm aware, Tilke doesn't just do Formula 1 tracks. And this is where I'm going to say something very controversial. Tilke can actually design a good racetrack. Wait. Hear me out. First off, we have to give Herman Tilke a little bit of slack here. Tilke has to design for his client, which is the FIA. And within the FIA, there are some very strict rules and very heavy regulations that Tilke has to design around. And worse still, when it comes to the Sochi Autodrome, it's in the Olympic Park, so it's technically like a semi-street circuit, so he kind of hasn't got much to use. But Corey, if a street circuit is just a preset layout, why doesn't he make a better one? Well, he has. He made Baku, which is a fantastic racetrack, and if I may say so, my favourite track on the entire calendar. So, what we're going to have a look at today is what happens when Tilke is given no restrictions at all. He doesn't have to design for F1 whatsoever. Just let him go and make a racetrack that he wants to make. Also, not very long ago, I put out a poll on this channel basically asking you guys what your favourite Herman Tilke track is. And in there, I snuck in his actual best racetrack. And lo and behold, nobody had even heard of it. So, may I introduce to you this track, the Bilsterberg. One of many Herman Tilke racetracks that you have never heard of, but is actually brilliant. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a 6-lap race around the Bilsterberg in the Ferrari 488 Challenge Evo. We haven't used this car in a while, so I think it would be a good idea to get back into this car. So here we are on the start line. Oh, I've just got a bit of weather effects on there. We're about to set off. I've put the rain on, just because I fancied a little bit of something else to look at. And we got a really bad start there as we're caught napping off the line, but we're going to make up these places real quick, really quick. Just turn it in very nice and slow. It's a very, very difficult corner, this one. It's like a kink into a very tight hairpin, and it is not nice if you get it wrong. Oh, it is. Oh, there's a lot of squirming going around. I've got to remember that this is not a GT3 car. This is just a challenge car. There's nowhere near as much downforce, and the brakes are not very good compared to a GT3 car. But there is a lot more power. Come on, try and get him around the outside. Oh, we're going to go wide. Not very good there. And look at this. It's a Herman Tilke track. And look at the elevation change. Look at it. It's beautiful. And it's not just a little bit. It's a huge amount of elevation change, which everyone will be very surprised to see. Oh, it's such a grim day. Look at this. Oh, dear. It is a grim day. You'd think right now that we might be in the UK. I don't know what position. I think we're in position 12 right now. Not too bad. And I broke way too early there. Drop down 2 gears. Get it nice and positioned. I got on the power a little bit too early there. Never mind. So yeah, you can understand why there's a lot of, you know, distaste and a lot of people a bit critical of Mr. Tilke, myself included. But when you actually stop to think about what he has to design, he has to design within a very, very, very strict code almost, and that being the FIA. And I don't think anybody likes the FIA. But the problem is that when it comes to track design, oh goodness, I've just been tapped. When it comes to track design, Herman Tilke seems to get all of the flack and nothing from the FIA. Like, no flack goes towards the FIA, which is a bit strange, because they're the ones that are writing the rules. And in fairness, Tilke is designing for a client, which is what they want. It's not what he wants. Oh, that was a bit understeery. Come on, get the power back on. Come on, can we get this guy up the hill? Can we get this nudge it on the inside? I'm not going to Hamilton it. Oh, almost. I broke myself way too much there. I am driving like a sloppy turd today. Oh, he's pushed me off. Right, we've got to get this guy. His driving standards are not the greatest. Oh, almost sticking my nose up the inside there. It's getting very, very, very tight. But I wonder if I can get him up here. So, getting back to Mr. Tilke. It is a shame that this track is very overlooked and unknown for the most part, because this circuit is a prime example of something that he can design, and design really, really well. It's just everybody sees Sochi and Yas Marina, and soon to be Jeddah. That would be really interesting, though, wouldn't it? If Jeddah turned out to be a great circuit. Which, by the way, I should mention, Jeddah is a circuit that's part of the Coyote Racing League. We're going to be racing there before F1 does. This track is like is like done in stages almost. There are some parts of the track where you need to follow, and there's no way of overtaking there, and then it'll give you an overtaking opportunity as a reward if you can work for it. Come on, let's... Oh, hard on those brakes! Brakes on this car are very unpredictable. Right. Ah, we got him. Oh, bouncing all over the place. You are allowed to criticise Tilke for the bad tracks that he's designed. But don't forget, those tracks are within rules and limits. Give him a bit of slack, because when he hasn't been given those limits, he can design something like this, and it is absolutely glorious. I'm right on the back of the bumper of this lad. Go on, Pamela, let's go. Got to get on those brakes early, ease them off a bit. Come on, hurry up, hurry up. I've just overcooked that. That was bad. That was really bad. Please don't unsubscribe. Right, I just lost that place due to that mistake. That was very, very foolish of me. One of the things you might be surprised is that this track came just before the Sochi Autodrome, like about a year beforehand. And that must be so soul-destroying, going from making something like this to making one of the worst circuits of all time. Granted, it is technically a street circuit, technically, because it's around the Olympic Park in Russia. This guy's going to go slow through here, so I'm going to get on the power early, and goodbye, Mr. Red Ferrari. Honestly, it's a bit of a surprise that I'm driving this car, because I don't like Ferraris. I mean, some of the cars are some of the most beautiful ever made, but purely on principle, I just don't like the Ferrari company or the team. They're too up their own backsides, which means now I am now officially banned from Italy, because the top 3 religions in Italy is Ferrari, Ferrari, and Ferrari. How dare I say bad about a Ferrari? But it's true, I just don't like the arrogance of the company. This video is not about Ferrari though, so let's just get back to the Bilsterberg. I can already tell the AI isn't programmed very well around this, and this track is quite old. I had to do quite a lot of digging just to find it, and oddly enough it led me to a Facebook link as to where I could get it. I'll leave the link down in the description though, if people want to use it. But you can tell it's old because the rain isn't setting on the tarmac at all. Oh, that was bad, I shouldn't have done that. Let's go. Oh! come on. Also, it has been a while since we've been driving in a Assetto Corsa. We've been having a load of fun in BeamNG, but one thing that you may have noticed if you're a long-time viewer is the squeaky pedal is gone. The squeaky pedal of mine is gone. You've got squeaky brakes in from the game, but the squeaky pedal of my sim rig is gone, and it's been gone for a couple of weeks now. Actually, quite a bit longer than that. I had to take the entire pedal set apart, and it was the tiniest little screw. Right, here we go. Final lap. Let's see how many places we can make up. We're P9 at the minute. And that was a bit of a bully. Not the most ideal overtake I've ever done in my life. I have to say to those, because I wholeheartedly agree with you on a lot of things. Herman Tilke has made some appalling tracks. However, F1 tracks. His other tracks, like this one, is phenomenal. So I highly recommend you go and give this a try, because this is a lot of fun. I'm going on the outside. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize the grass slowed me down so much there. Come on! That is a gorgeous colour to have on a Ferrari as well, but am I going to have him through here? Oh, he's just punched me! Not in your... No, he's going to have me! No, that's so not fair! But fireworks greet us as we cross the line. But guys, that was 6 laps of the Bilsterberg here in... actually, what country? What country is this track based in? Guys, that was a really fun race, and I highly recommend you guys actually look up other tracks that are not F1 related. This track, by the way, is nowhere near appropriate for an F1 car. It's basically Cadwell Park, but in another country. Anyway guys, if you've enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like, and if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button with the notification bell. It would greatly help me out a lot, and I would greatly appreciate it. Also guys, we are affiliated with a bunch of little sponsors. Look over there on the left-hand side of the screen. Ranging from KGL, from Fanatec to IMB Racewear. These guys provide all of the gear that I have, and all of the merchandise as well. So if you guys want to get your hands on these sick Coyote Racing gloves for your sim racing needs, then the affiliate link is in the description below, as well as the Fanatec link where you can find all of the racing equipment that I use. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you guys in the future race. Have a good night, everybody.